Hello, my name is Michael Price. I'm the Executive Director of the San Angelo Nature Center. Today I want to talk to you about another creepy crawly animal that's found right here in the Concho Valley, and that would be tarantulas. Now, tarantulas are types of spiders that are related to things like black widows, brown recluses, wolf spiders, and jumping spiders. Spiders belong to a group of animals known as arachnids. Other arachnids include scorpions, sulfuges, whip scorpions, and vinegaroons. All arachnids are invertebrate animals, which means they lack a backbone. Vertebrate animals include mammals, reptiles, fish, and amphibians, and birds. All insects and arachnids are invertebrates, which means, again, they lack a backbone. They wear their skeleton on the outside of their body. It's called an exoskeleton that covers their entire body. The exoskeleton's main purpose is for protection against small predators. It's kind of like a peanut butter M&M. It's hard and crunchy on the outside, but soft on the inside. Spiders, specifically tarantulas, have two body parts. They have the cephalothorax and they have the abdomen. The cephalothorax is the front part where all the legs are attached to, where the eyes are attached to, where the fangs are attached to, and the abdomen is where all the digestive system is held, and where the spinnerets are found. Spinnerets are these small web-producing things right here on the back of their abdomen. Now, tarantulas don't make a true web like other spiders. They don't make a big cyclical or a very intricate web at all. It's mostly just right in front of where they live, under rocks or under boards. They have just a mixed match of webbing that animals get trapped in, that small animals get trapped in. These guys feed primarily on nuisance and harmful insects such as grasshoppers and crickets. The way that a tarantula eats is they will take their front fangs. They don't have jaws like we do. They don't chew their food. They have fangs. And these fangs can be used as straws. They're real sharp and they're hollow. And what they'll do is they'll stick these fangs on the inside of their prey, and they'll literally drink the inside out from whatever they're eating. Very similar to us with a milkshake. How people will take a milkshake and drink all the insides out and then throw the cup away. What these guys do is they stick their fangs on the inside of their prey, which typically, again, is crickets, grasshoppers, other small insects, and they'll drink all the insides out, and then they'll dispose of the exoskeleton. They won't eat the outside. Now, female tarantulas typically live a lot longer than males. Females can be differentiated by males by the size of the abdomen. Females have very large abdomens. They have an hourglass shape, or their body shapes are like the number 8. Whereas with males, their cephalothorax is really wide, but their abdomen is very, very narrow, much narrower than their cephalothorax. Tarantulas have 8 legs, and they use their legs to climb things. They can even climb glass. They have little suction cups in the very, very end, these tiny little claws cups they could use to climb glass, houses, bricks, rocks, whatever it is. Now, tarantula has 4 ways of protecting itself. The first thing it'll do, it'll try to run away. As you can see here, this is trying to get away from me. They're much smaller than us, than humans are, or in fact, most animals. We are several hundred times their size, and so they're not going to come try to pick a fight with us. They're going to try to get away from us as quickly as they can. So the first thing they try to do is they try to run away. The second thing they'll do is they'll take their back legs and they'll flick off these little hairs that are on the back side of their abdomen. And they'll try to flick those hairs into the eyes, nostrils, and mouth of whatever's trying to attack them. These hairs are very scratchy, very itchy, they're very irritating, and therefore it gives the tarantula a chance to run away while the potential predator is trying to get those things out of its eyes, nostrils, and mouth. The third thing they'll do is they will turn and face the potential predator, and they'll raise their front feeler legs, their antenna legs, and they'll expose their fangs to show that they mean business. And the fourth thing they'll do is they actually will bite. Now, the bite from a tarantula is actually nothing more than a severe bee sting. It's not going to send you to the hospital. It's not going to kill you. They are venomous, but their venom is not powerful enough to actually hurt humans. Now, tarantulas have 8 eyes, and these 8 eyes are on the top of their cephalothorax. It's a little clump, so they can see all directions all the time. Now, having an exoskeleton, these animals shed their skins. It's also called molting. And when they do, they shed their entire skin. Not just the abdomen, but everything, including the legs, including their eyes, including their fangs. It all comes off in two pieces. It splits right down the middle, and the spider literally crawls out like crawling out from a sock. Now you can see here this juvenile female, she just molted this morning. Now again, female tarantulas can live up to 35 years, whereas males can only live about 3 years. Females typically are a little more docile than males are. Males tend to be a little more aggressive, a little more skittish. Now what happens when when males and females come together, males typically this time of the year, during the rainy season, the males will come out and you'll see literally just hundreds of males all over the place. Out of 100 spiders that you see, 100 tarantulas you see out crawling, 98 of them are probably males looking for food and looking for love. Females typically stay in their burrow and let food come to them and let love come to them. Now what happens is when the males crawl into the burrow with the female, they mate to reproduce their species. After they mate, the female turns around and she sticks her fangs right in between the cephalothorax and the abdomen. And she paralyzes the male. She doesn't kill him and she doesn't eat him, but she lays her egg sac right in that tender area right there. So the first thing the babies eat when they hatch is their live father. We have brought several different species of tarantulas here. We only have one here in the Concho Valley. We have the Texas brown tarantula. This is a juvenile female. She's about 3 years old. This is also a Texas brown tarantula, a local animal. She's about 15 years old. We've had her for quite a number of years. This particular species right here is from South America, from Chile. It's called a Chilean rosehair tarantula. And the last one we have is from Costa Rica. It is known as the tiger rump tarantula. They're highly aggressive and they're extremely fast. These are all animals that we have on display here at the Nature Center. Believe it or not, several people keep tarantulas as pets, and they can make wonderful pets depending upon the species. The females, again, live a long time. They're very easy to maintain. They're very easy to feed. They're very easy to house. But if you happen to encounter any of these in the wild, you want to leave them alone unless you know exactly what you're doing or you have an experienced adult with you who is experienced with handling these animals. Because again, although the bite is harmless, it can hurt, very similar to a bee sting. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.